It's great to be speaking to you wherever you are in the world. We do have people from all over the world in Karatbars International. We have customers, normal everyday customers. We have corporate customers. We have charities, pastors, churches, sports clubs. So it doesn't matter what your interest is. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of the company and what it is we do. So what's this really all about? Well, as a company, we operate in 120 countries. Obviously, I can't be in 120 countries all the time, every single night. So what we do is, thanks to technology, we can record this presentation we can do this presentation live every single Monday night. If for any reason you get cut off during this presentation, it's recorded at thismightbeofinterest.com. So that's thismightbeofinterest.com. You can go there and watch this. There'll be a recording there. If you do happen to get cut off or lose signal or run out of time or something like that. This presentation is provided for our business partners all around the world. So what our business partners do is they invite people to their homes, they send out emails, they talk to people that they know, and they ask them to come to this presentation every Monday night. I'm going to give you some interesting facts. First of all, some things you probably didn't know. If you've never had any gold before, you'll find some of this stuff really interesting. The first 20 minutes is for customers, okay? So if you want to be a customer, this is only going to take 20 minutes to explain what products we sell. I'm going to explain about the company and what it is we do. At the end of that, I'm going to show you how you can get a free gold savings account with us, and I'm going to show you how you can earn free gold as well. And I do mean that it's a completely free account, and no catches, and you can earn free gold as well. If you're happy with that and you think that you might want to become a business partner, then that's the next 20 minutes. So I'm going to show you as a business partner how you and how I and others make at least 7,000 euros, that's about $8,000, £6,000 per month in residual income. And I'll give you some facts and figures and show you how that income can be achieved as well. At the very end of that then, after that 40 minutes, I'm going to go through a quick question and answer session. So if you've got any questions now during the presentation, don't be typing them into the chat box. Wait until the very end and I'll answer those for you at the end. All right. What we're not going to do is I'm not going to collect any emails, so we're not going to ask you for your email or anything like that. We're not going to send you out any autoresponders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all the information you need now so that you can make an informed decision on whether you think Karatbars International is for you or not. Is that fair enough? Now, I know companies out there do 3-minute presentations. I'd rather give you all the facts, answer all your questions so that you can say yes or no at the very end. That's how we do it. So my story, just to tell you who I am, because we haven't met, obviously. In 2013, I lost my business. I've been in direct sales for over 20 years. I've worked with international insurance companies and property companies, but I lost my business in 2013 through no fault of my own. Now, something happened then because I had no savings and I had no income. I had no safety net, if you like. I hadn't got any money put away for that rainy day, and that rainy day turned into a rainy year in 2013. Because at that time, my mother was sick. She got diagnosed with dementia. My best friend, and that's my mum in the picture in the bottom there, beside her you can see my best friend Pete. He became ill with a heart complaint. And then who's now my wife Emma is in the picture on the right there. That's her in Africa. She was working in Africa as a missionary. She was there for 7 years and she got malaria and she became very ill as well, which has since turned into ME. So that rainy day, as I said, became a very, very bad year altogether. I was living in Portugal at the time. I had tried some different online businesses which didn't work. And a friend of mine called me up and asked me to watch a presentation. I'll be forever grateful to him because it was exactly this presentation, this type of presentation, that I spent the next 45 minutes watching. And without any exaggeration, that 45 minutes has completely changed my life. I hope we can change your life too, and this presentation really did for me. Fast forward now to 2017, this is only 4 years later. I got married 2 weeks after I joined Karatbars. We now have 4 children. We had our latest little baby boy there called Jimmy a few weeks ago. I now have savings, so it doesn't matter what happens to Karatbars, for example, or it doesn't really matter what bad times we could go through. Now I've got a lot of savings put away. I have that security now as well. I have 3 paid holidays through Karatbars International, which is great. And I now have a residual income. For example, this is a really good example. 2 weeks ago, my son was born. We were expecting to get out of the hospital in 1 or 2 days, but he got an infection, had to stay in hospital for another week. Now, most people would be worried about telling their boss, worried about getting time off, all this sort of stuff. I wasn't worried about any of that because with Karatbars, because I have people saving, because I have people buying products every week, I have that residual income. My time is completely leveraged. And the most important thing of all, and that's a good example of it, is time freedom. I was able to spend as much time at the hospital as I needed to be with my wife and be with my son without worrying about money or without worrying about asking anybody for time off. So that's really what this company has done for me, and that's really, really important if you find yourself in a situation like that at the moment as well. So what's it all about? What's Karatbars all about? Well, we know it's about gold. You probably had an idea already. It's about gold. But before I talk about gold, I want to explain something that's really important. And this, if you didn't know this, you can't unknow this once I tell you, and you'll be telling your friends about this tomorrow. What is the difference between money and currency? Well, we know what money is. People talk about money being a £20 note, for example. That's a £10 Bank of England note. There's a euro note, could be dollars, doesn't matter what it is. People normally would call this money. Why do they call it money? Well, it's because it's a medium of exchange. I could exchange this 20 euros for, I don't know, some bread and milk or something like that. It's a unit of account. It's portable, i.e. I can put this in my wallet. It's long lasting, again, somewhat long lasting. It doesn't deteriorate or anything like that. It's mutually interchangeable, meaning that if I've got a £20 note and you've got a £20 note or a euro note, then they both are worth exactly the same. The difference between money and currency, and this is what I'm going to explain to you now. This is actually currency. It's not money at all. So what you've always thought was money isn't actually money at all. This is currency. Gold is money, and I'll tell you why. This is currency because it leaks away value. People often say to each other, well, you can't buy as much as I could 20 years ago. I can't buy as much with my money as I used to. A very simple example of this is if you go and do a week's work, and let's say you're working in McDonald's or something like that, you get £1,000 or €1,000 in your hand for doing that week's work. Don't know if McDonald's pay that much, but let's say you got £1,000. As a good steward of your money, you should be able to save that money, put it under your mattress or save it in a bank, and then if you go to spend it in 10 years, it should still be worth the exact same. But the problem is it's not. This is currency, and what currency does is it leaks away value. The longer I hold on to this €20 note, the less and less it's worth every year. And people seem to accept that as if that's okay. It's also based in faith. This hasn't got any intrinsic value. It's just a piece of paper. It doesn't have a piece of paper doesn't really have any value in itself. So you're basing the value of this on the fact that the bank is telling you it's worth €20. If you've ever heard of a run on a bank, it's when everybody goes and tries to get their money all out of the bank at the one time. And that's whenever people start losing their faith in this paper money and they start turning it into something else. So let's take a look at gold and silver, for example. There's a silver sterling coin. Okay, it's a 1 ounce sterling coin. And here's a piece of gold, a piece of Karatbars gold here. The reason this is money is because it stores value. You can still buy the same goods and services with an ounce of gold or a gram of gold today as you could in the Middle Ages, as you could in Roman times. The gram of gold holds its value over time. It's not that the gram of gold is going up in value, it's the fact that currencies are losing their value all the time and depreciating all the time. As well as that, gold and silver have always been money because they're based on intrinsic value. The values in the metal that you're actually buying. This is why gold is and always has been money for thousands of years. If we go right through history, Roman times, through Florence, 200 years of the Spanish, then we had the British, and over the past 100 years or so we've had, if you like, the USA, the American Empire, but you'll see something different happen there between the 19th centuries and the 20th centuries. You can see we went from gold as money into paper. So how did that actually happen? How did we end up going from something that has value in gold to walking about with these pieces of paper? This is really, really simply how it's a little bit more complicated than this, but this is exactly how it happened. The banks decided that they wanted to get the gold off the general public. And so what they said was they would give you a note. You bring your gold, put it into the bank, and we will give you a note. And this is why this is called a bank note. Okay, it's a promissory note. The value is in the gold. This is a piece of paper. And the deal was that you take your gold into the bank, they would give you a piece of paper, and they would never ever produce more pieces of paper than there was gold in the vault. That makes sense? Okay, so then the value of the gold could never, the paper could never go down in value. So if you've got a one gold coin note, let's take a look at the example on the screen. The United States of America, you can see the $100 note there, and it says on that note, $100 in gold coin payable to the bearer on demand. That meant if you went in with your note, you could get your 100 gold coins straight out of the bank again. But if you take a look at your dollar note today, you'll notice that that's not there. If you take a look at the Bank of England note, you will say, promise to pay the bearer on demand, £10. It doesn't even say sterling on here anymore. Here's a little thing for people in the UK. If you look at a Northern Ireland note, you'll see that the word sterling is still on there, but the Bank of England have taken that word sterling off their notes. The same in the United States, and that's because they know that the value is no longer in the vault, because the gold is no longer in the vault either. The deal always was, and this is really important, there should never have been more notes than there was gold in the vault. So what happened and how did that change? Everything was going fine until 1971. President Nixon in 1971, August the 12th, decided to suspend temporarily, and that was a very important word, he was going to temporarily suspend the convertibility of the gold into the dollar, into that dollar notes. And remember, all the other currencies around the world at the time were anchored to the dollar after the Second World War. Problem is that they kept printing money, and they've kept printing currency since. And QE2, QE3, QE4, you can see the little chart on the screen how the money supply has increased over and over and over again. So the banks really are charging the public interest on absolutely nothing, on paper currency, and that's why the problem that we're in today. If we take a look at the dollar to gold ratio, what it should be today, and if you go to debtclock.org, you can see this for yourself. If we were still converting the dollar straight into gold, then gold today should be at around about $6,700 an ounce. But we know today gold is only at around about $1,200 an ounce because it's been artificially kept down because more and more paper money is being printed all the time. Another thing people don't realize is that all fiat currencies, all paper currencies go to zero. Every single currency, 609 currencies since the 15th century are no longer in circulation. So if none of them are in circulation, what makes you think that the pound is going to survive? What makes you think that the euro or the dollar or any of these paper currencies are going to survive? In fact, we're getting very close to the very end now of the period of time whenever the dollar can be in circulation. And this is why so many people are converting their dollars now into gold or silver or any other sort of tangible asset that they can get their hands on. Another thing that people don't realize is if you take a look at gold versus currency, let's take a look at the little chart on screen. You can see in 2001, the value of gold increased against the US dollar by 2%. If we scroll right down to the bottom of the screen there, you can see on average over the past 16 years, gold has averaged increased against the dollar by 10.7%. That basically means that every year the dollar is losing 10.7% of its value against gold. If we scroll along, we'll take a look at GBP, which is the pound, UK. Scroll down to the bottom, we can see 12.3%. So on the little chart on the right, you can see inflation. Remember I told you about the value of, there's a £10 note, the value of money decreasing, that's due to inflation. In 2001, a £100 note, today you'd need £152 to buy the same goods and services as you would in 2001. But if you'd converted these pounds into gold in 2001, that gold would have increased now over that period of time against the pound by 417%. That's really, really important. The tragic thing about it is that the media and banks and governments are telling the public to stay away from gold. The banks themselves are going out and buying gold. So you put your money into the bank. This is the sad thing. You put your money into the bank. You then go and get 1% interest, or maybe 2% if you're lucky. The banks are then going buying the gold themselves. They give you 1% and then they keep the other 11% to themselves. That's the deal with banks. That's what banks are doing to the general public. And where's the gold at? You can see the Queen there having a look at it. That's where the gold's at, underneath London in the Bank of England and other vaults and other major vaults around the world. Governments around the world are creating worthless electronic money out of fresh air. They lend it out, they're charging interest on it. Then, whenever people can't pay for it, they're taking back your assets, which is your car or your house or whatever it is that you couldn't actually pay for. The only difference, we know, if you know that Greece needed a bailout, a bank bailout a couple of years ago, because they couldn't pay their debt. If they had a printing press like the UK government did or like the US government does, then they could have printed their way out of trouble. And that's what these countries are actually doing. But we all know that can't keep going on, because the more of something you have, the less it's actually going to be worth. Another thing people don't think about either is, what if your bank account got hacked tomorrow? And we can see it all the time in the news that there's glitches. People are calling them glitches, like RBS called it a glitch. Santander called it a glitch, where 4 million customers lost money on their accounts. Change the word glitch to hacks. You might be closer to the truth. People are getting their bank accounts hacked, money has been taken out of their bank accounts, and people don't have any statements. People are not even getting statements delivered to their homes anymore to prove that they actually have any money in the bank. I insist that my bank sends me a statement every single month, so I have a paper trail in case my digital account gets wiped. I got a letter from Santander a few weeks ago telling me that they weren't going to send me out a monthly statement anymore. It's going to be every 3 months. I also noticed in my bank over the past number of years that they're decreasing the amount of money that they cover. So if you've got £100,000 in your bank account in the UK at the moment and that bank goes under, you're not going to get your £100,000 back. It's worth checking to see if your bank has been steadily decreasing the amount that they cover you with. Now, taking all that into account, which do you think you should have? Do you think you should have gold, or do you think you should continue to have paper money? Do you think it would be a good idea to turn at least some of the paper money you had into gold and store value for all the various reasons that I've just gone through. Now, the problem is, people don't know about those stats that I'm after telling you about. If I go out and throw a net over 100 people in the street right now, then 99 of those 100 people won't have any gold. These are the questions. I've been doing this since 2013, and these are the things that people say to me. I didn't know gold was money, Brian. I thought money was money. So they don't know. You're not taught about this in school. Why are you not taught about this in school? Because governments control the educational system. Banks control governments. There's your answer. It's too expensive. Gold is going down in price. Who told you gold was going down in price? And people will say that to you every single day. They say it to me every day. I asked them where they get that information, and they said they don't know. Go to goldprice.org and you can see that average 12% over the past 16 years. Gold is not going down in price. It's the value of currencies that's going down. Where would you buy gold? There's no such thing as a gold shop in the high street where you can go in and buy currency grade gold. So there's another problem. Where would I store it? People worry about what would I do with this gold. How would I know what I'm buying? People don't know the difference between 9 carat and 18 carat and 24 carat. So it's confusing for the average person. And last but not least, how do they turn it back into cash? It's okay walking around with a load of gold, but what do you do to turn it back into cash if you need to go and buy something? And if we take a look at the stats on the right there, in 1968, 5% of the population owned physical gold. 2010, it was 0.7%. And most recently today, it's down at 0.01% of the population now own any physical gold at all. And the main reason for that is it's been packaged in such a way by governments and banks to keep it away from the general public. A kilo would sit in your hand. You can see the picture on the screen. That 1 kilo of gold costs $37,000. Now, who do you know who's got the $37,000 to go and buy it? Another thing is the cost. People don't know how gold is priced. Again, we're not taught these things, and this is a part of our education at Karatbars. We're trying to teach people these facts. How much is gold in the first place? If you go to Google now and type in how much is gold, this is the screen that appears. It brings up something called spot price, okay? And people talk about the spot price of gold all the time, and they say, what's the spot price of gold? They look at it, then they go to the Karatbars website, and they think, oh, Karatbars is expensive, without really knowing what spot price is. And again, how would you be expected to know? Here's what spot price is. This is the facts. If you want to go and buy gold on the markets, okay, you can buy paper gold, you can buy a digital gold if you like. But in order to get that spot price of whatever it is today, you need to buy 100 troy ounces. Now, 100 troy ounces today will cost you over 100,000 euros. Do you have 100,000 euros to buy that amount of gold? No, most people don't. And this is why spot price is completely irrelevant. Another reason why spot price is irrelevant, and this is quite scary, I couldn't believe this when I first found this out, but the traders, such as COMEX, who trade gold on the market, they're actually trading over 300 times the amount of gold that they actually have. Now, let that sink in for just a wee second. If you buy an ounce of gold in the stock market, then there's 300, if one ounce of gold, one little ounce of gold, 300 times that is being traded. It's a bit like if you went to the garage to buy your car, and let's say you're buying a Volkswagen Golf, and you go and hand over your money for your Volkswagen Golf. If that car salesman had sold that car to 300 other people, what's going to happen whenever everyone turns up to get the keys? Who's getting the keys? One person. If everyone turned up at the stock market now and says, can I have my gold delivered? The first thing they would be told is, unless you've got 100 troy ounces, no, you can't. The second thing they'll be told is that once everyone who gets their gold, gets their gold delivered, everybody else is going to be standing in the queue, and they're going to be told that there is no more gold. At the last count, when I did a little bit of research on it, I think it's one of the big banks, I can't remember which one, has only 27 physical bricks of gold left. So the next time someone talks to you about spot price, you tell them that's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with the price of physical gold, and that's now. Let's take a look at the real prices of gold, and we're not talking about digital stock market gold. We're talking about real shiny metal like this stuff in here. All right, spot market price today is around about 35 euros. All right, it's about $36. Again, you can't get it unless you buy 100 troy ounces, which is 3,100 grams. All right, so unless you're buying 3,000 grams, forget about spot price. If you want to go to a website online to buy it, Karatbars does have other competitors if you like. If you want to buy 999.9 gold, there is 999.1, 999.5. Again, most people don't know that. But if you want the 4 nines and you want it to come from an LBMA accredited refinery, there are only 70 odd refineries in the world that are on the LBMA good delivery list. And if you want to buy that so you know exactly what you're buying, then you're looking at around about 42 euros per gram. So I'm going to write that down, or just remember it's 42 euros per gram for that. Now, if you want to go, again, bullion by post is a good example here in the UK. You have JM bullion, you've got different, I've researched loads of these. If you want 999.9 and you want LBMA again, you want a certificate of authenticity, if you want a serial number, those extra features will cost you more money. It's a bit like buying a car. If you want heated seats and you want electric windows, you pay more for the extra features. What do you get for the extra features? You get a better price whenever you're going to sell again at the end. So it's the exact same thing here, but again, people don't know this. You're looking at around about 57 euros, that's $59 for a gram of that quality of gold. Now, heading up the scale again, we have 999.9 LBMA certificate, serial number. Now, adding into it now a hologram, again for added security. There's a company called Cooksgold.com. If you want to check out, they do a kidney bar. And a kidney bar today will cost you 70 euros, and that's for 1 gram. So 1 gram of gold from them today will cost you 70 euros. Now on the screen, I'm going to just show you what you get for 57 euros, because that's quite close to the Karatbars pricing. This is what you get here. Now I've gone to Bullion by Post and I bought this. It arrived on an A4 piece of paper inside this little Petri dish, or Petri dish as you call them in the US. And that's what you get there for your money. Okay, and you can see beside that there we've got a Karatbar, which I'm going to show you in a second. So I'll get that up as close as I can. That's what you get for 57 euros whenever you buy a gram of gold online. And if it's not inside a little dish, the cat, it might be inside a vacuum pack, but that's the product that you're actually buying. Okay? The reason for all these security features, people are like, well, who cares? Who needs all these security features? Well, I'll tell you why, because there's a lot of fake gold out there. You can go and search now, you can search Credit Suisse, Park Suisse, all the major brands, and you'll find instances of fake gold on every single one of them. You won't find any instances of fake gold or forged gold from Karatbars International. I'll explain that now in a second why. The fraudsters are getting very clever with it. They're using metals which have the same weight as gold, such as tungsten, and they're coating it. So people, even if you test it, even if the jeweler tests it, he'll say, yes, that's 24 karat gold, but what lies inside might not necessarily be. And people are getting caught out for tens of thousands of euros with these companies. And this is why people are flooding to Karatbars International, because we've provided a solution for that. Now, Karatbars was started in 2011. It's a private company owned by Mr. Harold Seitz. You can see him there in the picture. We have now around about 500,000 accounts in 121 countries. When I started in 2013, we had 60,000 accounts in 57. We're in the top 2% of companies in Germany in terms of credit scoring. Again, you can research all this information yourself. And Harold himself is a senator of the BWA, which is the German Overseas Trade Association. And not everyone gets into that, and it just shows you the standing of the owner of this company. Now, Harold's mission, which really encapsulates what we're trying to do here at Karatbars, is his mission is to produce the highest quality gold available in the market, make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world at a price point everyone can afford. That's really important. His goal is that Karatbars helps millions find financial freedom from the current system of debt. And the current system of debt is what I was talking about, chasing inflation, chasing debt. And people are in debt now from they go to school, they go to university, they're in debt, they're buying houses, they're in debt, cars, they're in debt. We're trying to teach people that there's a much better way of doing things. So let's look at Karatbars Gold then. Karatbars Gold itself comes from an LBMA accredited refinery. Okay, so that's really important. We talked about that already. We have 0.1 gram to 5 gram weight. So let me go through those. This is a 0.1 gram inside this Karatbars note. This is a cash gold note. And the notes are the same as the cards in terms of the fact that we have our hologram security on there. We have our serial number on the back. We have the Karatbars logo stamped into the gold there. And that's the 0.1 gram. We then have a 0.2, which is here, 0.2 gram. Again, the gold is in the center of the note. We then have our 0.4, which is this one. And again, there's the 0.4 grams of gold in there. And we have the really pretty 0.6. So you can see the 6 pieces of gold there in the center of the note. Okay, so that's the cash gold notes. We then have our 1 gram card, which is here. Okay. And that's the 1 gram. We then have the 2 gram, which you can see the slightly bigger piece of gold in there. And then finally we have the 5 gram. And that is all the denominations the Karatbars International sells. The Karatbars logo is embedded into the gold during the manufacturing process. You can see it there. Okay. It's 24 karat 999.9, not 999.1 or 999.5. There are other companies out there claiming to be competitors of Karatbars. They're selling 999.5. But you don't find that out till you read the small print. The certificate of authenticity is on the back here. Okay, we have our hologram. Remember I spoke about the kidney bar, which is 70 euros a gram. Okay, we have the hologram, which is exactly the same. We have our serial number here in the front. All right, and it's sealed into this really durable, scratch-resistant plastic card, again, which fits inside your wallet. On top of that, Karatbars has its own coating. Each card has its own coating. It's a special DNA biomarker, if you like. And there's a little machine, you run the machine across the top of the card and it beeps. You know that's a genuine Karatbar. So in effect, Karatbars International cards are completely fraud-proof. If you compare this 0.6 gram Karatbars note with this euro note, the security features on this note are much better than the security features on this note. This note has the hologram in the back, which we have again on the Karatbars cash gold, and there's extra security features in there in that magnetic strip. And the big difference is this is a piece of paper, and this is 0.6 grams worth of gold embedded into the note. So which one of those is the better one to have? That one or this one? That's exactly what we're talking about. The important thing is we have been delivering without issue since 2011. I have got over 12,000 customers and business partners in my own organisation. I have never had one of my customers want to return their gold. I've never had one of my customers want to return their products. And that I've never done that in any sales company I've ever worked with before. That's my own testimony from my own organisation. Karatbars have been delivering without issues since 2011, and that's really important. There are other gold companies up there popping up, but 80% of those companies never last more than 12 months. On top of that, Karatbars offer free storage, so you can have your gold stored in Germany for as long as you wish, or you can have it FedEx delivered. €13.50 inside Europe, €18.50 outside Europe. It's really, really simple as well to become a customer. So you register for free. There are no monthly fees, no subscriptions or hidden charges, no minimum orders. So you can buy as little or as much as you like. You buy one of these a year if you like. If you want to buy none, that's fine as well. You don't lose your account. You've got your account for life. You can buy from 0.1 gram. You've got free storage, and as I said already, FedEx delivery. And you can see there, that's me inside the office a couple of months ago. You can see the cash gold coming off the production line. You can see all the FedEx boxes waiting to go out as well with customer orders. Now, how we're getting gold back to the people, and this is really, really important, we're helping people set up weekly and monthly gold savings accounts. I just did as a little bit of an example for you. If I look back 25 years ago, in 1992, if I had started saving 1 gram of gold, so one of these little cards, if I'd started saving one of these every week, I would now have £1.4 million worth of gold in the bank. So I can't go back in time, obviously, but I can do something for the next 25 years. And this is why I'm saving in gold now myself, because it doesn't matter to me what happens to the banks. It doesn't happen if the government in the UK have just put up the pension age. I don't care if they put it up to 100, because now I'm in control because I've got my own gold. I buy my gold and I store it in Germany. We also have lots of gifts and cards, so we're trying to get gold into the hands of the people. So we have like little congratulations cards, we have thank you cards, which you can pop inside presents and things at Christmas. If you know anybody having a baby, we've got these beautiful little baby cards. So lots of nice ideas there. Again, you can see all of these products whenever you register on the website. These are our business cards, again, really, really smart. If you give someone a business card with 0.1 gram of gold in it, what do you think the chances are of that person throwing it away? So this is why we have so many business customers buying the business cards from us as well. We have existing partnerships. As I said, we're very established. We have a licensing agreement through the Vatican to produce a Pope John Paul II card. We work with different sports stars, such as Adol Bolden there from Trinidad and Tobago, Martina Slabakova, got her card here somewhere. That's her on the top right. World champion, world gold medalist, speed skating champion at the moment. And with the World Athletics Championships just going on at the moment, we're hoping to approach some of the athletes who've just won medals recently as well. We have our own race team, MotoGP race team. You can see the Karatbars racing lorry there on the screen. You can see the Karatbars motorbike. Again, as I said, we're a really, really established company. We get involved with a lot of very high-end sporting organisations too. This is the Monaco Grand Prix card. You can see there, that's Monaco Grand Prix, obviously, is Formula 1. Another one that's available within the website. We work with charities. That's Harold there with Sharon Stone at the Peace, Justice and Security Gala in The Hague. We work with the Voices of Africa charity. We have our own charity, our own in-house charity, which is called World of Charity, and these are the little cards here. Okay, so you can see these. You can buy these in packs, and you can give those out to people. You can put your own little website details in there. So again, we're just paying it forward, helping other people. You can see the Safety for Kids charity there in the United States. We're also working with the current Olympic gold medalist, Monica Puig, and this is her card here. I've built up my collection of Karatbars cards since I started with the company. And here you have the Monica Puig one, and you've got a little bit of a write-up on her. And some of the money from the sale of these is going to help our charity as well. So if you do know any charities or any sporting organisations, do get in touch with them and tell them about Karatbars, because we can help them. If you don't like any of the cards, there's loads on the website. You can create your own. Just send your images into the branding card department. They'll send you back a proof. If you're happy with the proof, they'll create your card and post it out to you by FedEx. So you can turn photographs or anything into one of these gold cards. All our deliveries and our payments are done through MasterCard. This is the MasterCard here. Okay, won the 2013 Design of the Year Award for European Design of the Year Award from MasterCard. That's on prepaid cards. And as I said, all our deliveries are done with FedEx into 121 countries. I've never had one single customer ever not get a delivery since I started with the company. Another good thing about Karatbars is if you buy more, you pay less. So obviously, you've got the same production costs. It doesn't matter if you're buying a 1 gram or a 5 gram or 0.1 gram, but if you buy more of anything, you get a better price. So if you're looking for the really best price per gram, you buy the 5 gram cards. I have customers who buy 20,000 euros, 30,000 euros worth of gold at a time. Generally, what they will do is they will buy the 5 gram cards because they're getting the best price on that. Now, people often ask me, why would someone buy 5 gram cards from Karatbars when they could buy a kilo at a better price? Well, the good thing about buying 5 gram cards is if you need to release 1,000 euros, you can just sell 5 of these or turn 5 of these back into cash. If you've got a kilo of gold and you need to release 1,000 or 2,000, you have to sell the whole 32 grams worth of gold. And it's harder to find somebody with 32 grams than it is to find someone with 1,000. And there are other features about Karatbars as well, which makes them very easy to turn back into cash. So let's look at the pricing. Price per gram on a 1 gram card today is around about 54 euros using your 3% discount code, and we'll get you a 3% code. We have our 2.5 gram works out at 50 euros per gram, and the 5 gram card, which is the bigger one, works out at 46 euro per gram whenever you use your 3% discount code. And again, we can give you one of those. That's valid for 12 months on all your gold purchases. Now, just something I do, and there's a little offer that I do in my organization. I've been with the company now for 4 years, and people come and say to me, I can buy gold cheaper, I can buy gold cheaper. And normally what I do is I go to the website and I go and check it out. I get to the checkout and I find that there's a minimum order of 20 grams, or it's 999.5, or they don't have any 1 grams in the first place, or there's a storage charge, or there's hidden fees, all these sorts of things. So what I say to people is, and this is my offer, it's nothing to do with Karatbars International, if anyone can buy and have delivered the same grade of gold and the same weights, same features as Karatbars for a lower price, I will send them 10 grams of my own Karatbars gold. So that's over 500 euros worth of gold. All I ask them for is proof of purchase, proof of delivery, and the features. It must have the same or better features than Karatbars International gold. When I say features, it must be 0.1 gram to 5 gram weights, 999.9 purity, from an LBMA accredited refinery. The gold must be stamped, must have a serial number, must have blacklight technology, certificate of authenticity, hologram, DNA security coding, free account. There must be no subscriptions or hidden charges on the website, no minimum orders, free storage, insured and tracked delivery, guaranteed buyback price, and you must be able to pay others and buy goods and services with the gold as well. And as I said, this offer is made by myself and not by Karatbars International, but I know I'm confident in myself because I've researched so many companies now since over the past 4 years that I can stand by that, and my 10 grams of gold will sit here in my drawer and it's not going anywhere. But the last 2 things are really important, that you can pay others and buy goods and services with your gold. Now, how can you do that? And this is what we do, and this is the big thing about Karatbars International. We've just released Karat Pay. Basically what that means is you can register now on the Karatbars website, and let's imagine you buy 100 euros worth of gold. So you buy 100 euros worth of cash gold, you have it in your online account, and let's say in 6 months' time you want to pay your brother 50 euros. You can say to your brother, can I pay you in gold? What you can do is you could ask him to open a free account, and you could transfer 50 euros of gold from your account to his. People out there at the moment are chasing around after Bitcoin and digital currencies because it's easy to pay people across borders. It's outside the banking system. But at the end of the day, it's fresh air, if you like. It's digital pulses. What we're talking about at Karatbars International is you can pay people across borders. You can pay people in 121 countries. You can do it from your account to their account. But instead of trading in fresh air and digital codes and binary numbers, with Karatbars International, you can actually pay people in gold. On top of that, we've just launched our K-Exchange website. What that means is that shops and businesses around the world can now choose to accept Karatbars Cash Gold, or through the app Pay. Whenever the app is released, the customers can go and pay for goods and services. So let's imagine you're saving in gold now for the next 2, 3, 4 years. You see a pair of trainers you like, and you go onto the K-Exchange website. You see a local shop accepts cash gold. You go in with your cash gold, and if you've got it in physical form, you can go in and you can pay. And remember, this note here has better security features than this euro note. So the shopkeepers will be quite happy to accept this because it has got its, we have got our metal strip, we have got our serial numbers, we have got our own blacklight technology, and the shopkeeper can run the little machine over it and tell that it's authentic as well. So shops and businesses can accept card pay in the same way as they can accept Apple Pay or Google Pay. And this is the future of Karatbars International, where we're going as a company. This is really exciting for us now. We've been waiting for this for 4 years, but now it's all in reality. Now, what can you do with your gold? People always ask, what can I do with it? Well, keep it is what I would say. I'm 40 in a few months, and what I'm doing is I'm saving as much gold as I can. So whenever I get to 50 or 55, at 55, my children will be getting close to 18 then. I might decide to go and live in Spain or go and live in another country. I'm keeping it for my own retirement. If I don't need it then myself, I can pass it on to my children as a legacy to them, so they're set up for life as well. What I can do with my gold is in the short term, I could sell it to another business partner. I could transfer it from my account to their account. They could pay me for it. I could transfer it via card pay, use it in key exchanges. More and more of those will be appearing over the coming months. And you can sell it privately. So if you put, for example, I'll give you a quick example. If you put this on eBay, for example, or you put that on eBay, what one do you think is going to sell first? All right. I actually put one of these on eBay just as a tester, and I actually got €6 more for it than what it actually cost me. So that's me doing a real life example. The great thing about gold is it is desired in every single country in the world, and you can sell it in every single country in the world. If you go to any country in the world, even countries where Karatbars isn't open, you can sell gold there because people know what it is. The important question people need to ask themselves is, what should you be doing with your currency? This is devaluing. It's quite risky, all right? If you don't think having money in a bank at the moment is risky, then I don't know. But this is really, really risky to have because you've got money in a digital form. If something happens to your bank tomorrow morning, what are you going to do to buy goods and services? What are you going to do to feed your family? Interest rates are really low in the UK, so you're not getting any interest. If you've got some of this and you've got it in the bank, it's not getting you any interest. Inflation is rising at the moment, 2.7% in the UK. So if people are holding on to pound notes in the UK at the moment, then they're losing money every single day they have. And people need to not worry about what they do with the gold. They need to do something about turning this into devaluing currency into a better form of money. If you do want to become a customer, we can give you a 3% discount, €100 discount codes. We also have access to a customer fast start guide, which we can give you today, and free 7-day support and advice. If you want to get started now, you can just register. Free account for life, as I said. Upload your KYC, which is basically a copy of your ID and address. And Karatbars just need to know you're a real person, and you can place your first order or set up your automatic weekly or monthly saving. You can save an amount every single month or every week. You can save a £5 card every month. All you have to do is put in your credit card details or debit card details, and it will take that amount off your card every single month. If you have placed an order and it's birthday cards or something just to see what it is we sell, all you have to do then is wait for your FedEx delivery. Completely free to join, free account for life. So there's no reason why anybody watching this shouldn't be opening their account. So that's the customer part over. If you like what you've seen there, this is how you can become a business partner. The important thing to remember is, first of all, the Karatbars is a business. It's not a scheme. It's not some sort of online program. It's a business. We're out looking to educate people, first of all. We then want to show them how they can open a free gold savings account. We want to help them open the free gold savings account, and hopefully they will buy other products as well along the way. Karatbars is free as a business. It's completely free, and for a customer it's completely free, or you can pay a one-off payment. I'll talk about that in a second. You can build your business completely online or completely offline. Now, I've got a very sick wife, so I have built my entire business completely online. Some people build their businesses completely offline. It's entirely up to yourself. You can do a bit of both. You can have an unlimited income. You can have 10 people saving a gram of gold every single month, or you can have 10 million people saving a gram of gold every single month. There is no limit on the amount of customers that you can actually register in this business. Just think about that for a minute. There's no limit. You are the boss as well, so no one's going to be calling you up in the morning. There's no managers going to ring you up. Karatbars will never ring you up. There are no targets, there are no subscriptions or anything like that. You are entirely in charge. If you want a week off, you have a week off. If you want a year off, you have a year off. It's entirely up to yourself. It's very, very relaxed. The good thing is you are working for yourself, but you're not by yourself. The amount of support in the Karatbars is fantastic. Now you decide what you want to do. You can help us find business partners. That's the first thing we need. We need business partners to go and find customers. That's what these presentations are about. You can go and help people set up savings plans. So if you just want to focus on that, I think people should focus on one thing rather than trying to do everything, but focus on one thing, such as savings plans. You could focus on key exchanges. Now, you can't do that yet because we haven't got the final terms and conditions for the shops, but as soon as that happens, if you want to do that, you can. You could focus on Karat Pay. and then maybe the CaratPay app when it comes out. Some people focus on churches, charities, and non-profits. Because again, we can go to a church, the pastor can register for free, he can then talk to his congregation, they can open the free gold savings account, they start saving in gold every single week or every month. And remember, gold was mentioned 471 times in the Bible, so it's a very biblical thing, people understand it, and it's no cost for the congregation, no cost for the pastor, yet some of that commission then from their savings will go to that church. So they're saving themselves, they're helping themselves, and they're helping the church. Same with charity, same with any non-profit, we can help them as well. And there's nothing to stop people opening a free account. Branded business cards then we have, the branded business card side of things, if you want to go and speak to garages or car dealerships, that type of thing. And then finally we have sports clubs. So if you're the type of person who likes corporate, going doing meetings and things like that, we're always doing that in different countries as well. In this presentation, I'm going to focus on two things which are the main parts of our business, and that is business partners, how you become a business partner, and then how you can help people with savings plans. So if you're just doing savings plans, I'm going to show you how you make some money doing that. The two important figures that you need is you make up to 6% on all the gold you sell. All right, really easy. You make up 6% on gold and you make 25% on other products. All right, so that's the two numbers that you need to remember. It's a very simple business. You promote this presentation. You don't become an expert in gold. You don't become an expert in Karatbars. You send people to a presentation like this. I started in 2013. All I did for 6 months was I asked everyone that I met on a daily basis and online to watch the presentation. And I let someone who knew more about the company and knew more about gold explain it. If you want to do presentations yourself after 6 months or a year, that's fine. We'll teach you how to do that. But in the beginning, just become a professional inviter. The customer registers and buys from the website. So they pay on the website. Karatbars then will deliver the products and do all the customer support. All right, so it's not like Avon. You're not going to have a garage full of gold or anything like that. All you do is promote the presentation, customer buys, Karatbars do the support. And then you'll be paid weekly onto the company MasterCard, which is one of these. All right, so I'm paid onto that every single Friday. My commissions have never been wrong and they've never been late. I'm always paid every single Friday morning around about 10 a.m. That's every single Friday. You're actually paid 5 times a month because you're paid in the first month on gold as well. The great news is this is free to start. There's no reason why anybody watching this presentation shouldn't register. There's no cost, no fees, no subscriptions, no forced purchases, and no hidden charges. All right, this is not like an MLM company. Don't let anybody ever tell you it's an MLM type company, because it's not. We give you your own free online shop, which you can promote however you like, your own landing page with a video on it so people can fill that in, digital brochures which you can download for free, you get an online presentation which you can use, and this one here of course, and we also have other leaders around the world who do different presentations every single day of the week. You get your own Karatbars website then, which you can promote to whoever you want to promote it to. We do have business packages, and this is the one-off cost I mentioned earlier. The business packages are basically designed for you to be able to go out and talk to people and show them what it's all about. So not everyone wants to work online. Some people like going out meeting people in coffee shops, or maybe you want to do a presentation in your local church or something like that. So inside the marketing packages, you get things like this. So on the screen you can see the VIP package. You get a VIP pin, which is this one here. You get cash gold in there. You get bonus cards, discount cards to give customers. Image brochures, gold brochures, branded card brochures, a presentation and compensation plan as well. And every single package that you buy, there's four of those normal packages there. The more products that you buy, the more products that are inside the package, the more the package actually costs. And again, if you place that order, it'll be delivered to you, the marketing package, within about 2 weeks. But you can start right away, you don't have to wait. On top of that, we have 2 premium packages, which were released last year. Again, these are bigger packages, they cost more money, but there's more products in there. And here we've got gold brochures, but we also have things like the automatic watch, which is this one. Oh, that's it there, which is really nice. That's the watch, or if you don't like the watch, if you've got enough watches, you can get the Mont Blanc pen. Again, so again, really, really nice. And that's inside those premium packages. Now, there's an offer on at the moment. Anyone who buys one of the premium packages, there's a participation with that. Basically, all cash gold that's sold in the company every single month, some of the money from those cash gold sales goes into a pot, and it's shared between anyone who's bought a premium package. So as cash gold sales increase in the coming months and years, then the amount of money in the pot increases again. So that's just a special additional bonus if you buy one of the 2 premium packages. Now the prices, if you want, let's go through the prices. There's something for everybody on these marketing packages. Bronze package is €125, silver 396, gold 987. there's a €13 delivery, 13.50 or 18.50 delivery fee on top of this. VIP 1909. The first premium is 4,151, and the premium professional 3,000 or 8,376. The important thing about this is a one-off purchase. The value of the products inside the package exceeds the prices that you see on the screen. So you're getting more products than the value of what you're paying. It's delivered by FedEx to your door. You can start immediately as soon as you make the payment. You can start at any level between bronze and VIP and just pay the difference and upgrade as well. You can pay by bank wire, credit card, debit card, or Bitcoin. Just to give you an example, I bought my marketing package in 2013. If someone came to me today and said, Brian, there's €1 million for your business, I wouldn't sell it to you. So that's the value that I would put in my business after building it for 4 years. And there's people who have far bigger organizations than me. And it's entirely up to yourself. As I said, if you want to bring in 1 million or 10 million customers, you can build as big a business as you like. Now, there's 5 little simple steps to get started. Karatbars make things really, really easy for us. All right. All you have to do is follow these steps. Number 1, order a marketing package if you want to do that. Step 2, upload your KYC documents, which is a copy of your passport and a utility bill. It has to be a bill that's been posted to your home. If you don't have a bill posted to your home, get an online document, take it into your bank and get it stamped and signed by the person in the bank. Upload that, we'll get your KYC approved. Then order your MasterCard. Obviously, you need to get paid from next Friday because you're paid every week. Then set up an auto purchase. Now, this is not mandatory, but what we do is we ask people to set up an auto save for at least €50 a month, for example, because as a business partner, I personally would not go out and ask someone to set up an autosave if I wasn't prepared to do it myself. All right, I save 10% of whatever I make every single week and straight into gold. I'm generally now in 5-gram cards, so that's what I do, and I store that gold away in Germany. But you can build yourself up. Obviously, when I started in the business, I wasn't saving that much, but as my income has increased, my amount of saving increased as well. I always advise people to have at least 10% of whatever they've got and put that into gold every single week or every single month. Whenever you finish setting up your autosave, that's you done. That's nothing else to pay Karatbars ever again. All right. All the products that you see here, this house that I'm sitting in, my office, my car, everything in my life has been paid for by Karatbars International. Everything. When I started with Karatbars, I had that. My other sources of income are non-existent. Everything that I own and everything that I have now has come from Karatbars International, all my free gold, my commissions, everything. So once you've got these steps out of the way and you've started, you can then go and start making money. And all you have to do then is get people to watch the presentation. Now, we do have a fast track program at the moment, and it's really easy to remember. It's just 5 and 5 and 5. If you complete the 5 steps, all of them, okay. If you go out and find 5 business partners to do exactly what you've done, and register and complete the 5 steps, in the next 5 weeks, then you get a free upgrade. So if you started off, for example, gold, let's give you an example. You've completed the 5 steps. You've bought a gold package for €987. You show people this video, how you get people to this presentation, and then you've got 5 people join at gold or higher. They could join at VIP or whatever. Or you can do it in gold sales as well, but you can read about this on the website. But if you get 5 people to join at gold in 5 weeks, or you sell the required amount of gold, then number 1, you earn €740, which is one-off direct commissions for finding those business partners. You get a free upgrade to VIP, which is worth over €1,000. And the best thing about it is you've now got 5 business partners. Why is it good to have 5 business partners? Because you now have 5 people out there building their businesses, and you can earn something on all the activity of those 5 business partners as well. And this is where we get to a point where over the next 6 months or next year or next 2 years that you have a business that's running all the time, and you've got that residual income. And then if your wife's in hospital having a baby and you have to spend a weekend there, you won't mind, because you've got the money coming into your account every single week. Anyway, now if you just go out and help 5 people, as an example, help 5 people, help them go out and find 5 people, then that's you done. All right, 5 good people building a business will get you right up through the compensation plan. If you do that and help those 5 people find 5, and obviously some people will get hit by a bus and die and go off and do something else, that's fine, we know that, I live in the real world too. But 5 good people, if this repeats itself over 25 weeks, you're looking at around about 3,906 people in 6 months. That would be a fantastic organization to build yourself in 6 months. Let's imagine they were saving €50 a week. Again, €50 a week isn't a lot. Your business would be turning over €781,000 a month. How would you fancy a business in 6 months turning over €781,000? And remember, Karatbars pay up to 6% commission. This is just on gold. All right, this is just on gold sales alone. We're not talking about packages or direct commissions. Your business will be turning over that amount in gold alone. Let's imagine then you've gone out and you've decided, right, I'm not going to build a team, I'm not into all this recruiting, but I am going to find my own personal customers. Some people do that. 200 customers, saving €50 a week over 4 weeks would mean your business is turning over 40,000 a month. That means you'd be earning €1,400 a month. Now, what could you do with an extra €1,400? That's about £1,250 a month. If you could do with £1,250 a month extra in your pocket, go out and find 200 people and get them to set up a €50 a week savings account, automatic savings account. That's all you need to do. Let's imagine you go a bit faster and you get to 1,000. Well, 1,000 customers saving €50 a week. You would be earning a minimum of €7,000 a month. That's $8,000 or £6,000 per month. That's at 3.5% commission. That's if those 1,000 customers were just completely frontline to you. None of them became business partners. None of them built any businesses. This is just your customers. 1,000 people saving €50 a week. You'll be earning €7,000 a month. How does that sound? That's how easy this business can be. And this is all done as part of the business. There are many ways to earn, and you can earn double income. There's the direct commissions if you find a business partner, one-off. There's generation bonuses. There's Karatbars pool. Every time some gold is sold in Karatbars, money goes into pools. You can earn on those. Gold funds. You've got package bonuses, dual team bonuses. The dual team bonuses as well, just to give you an idea, they can pay up to €80 each every time you get 7. I'm not going into too much here, but every time you get 75 units in the compensation plan, you get €80 as a VIP business partner. And just to give you an idea, the maximum of those cycle bonuses you can earn per week is 1.8 million cycles per week, 1.8 million bonuses per week. So really, when I said unlimited income, that's really what I was talking about. On top of that, we've got the incentives. So we have our weekly incentives, we have our monthly incentives. If you the more gold savers you have in your business, you get free gold at the end of 12 months every single month. We had our fantastic cruise in January, which I went on by myself because my wife was pregnant. Myself and my wife went to LA last year, and the next incentive is for Las Vegas. So you still have until the end of October to win that, so plenty of time. But you can go to Las Vegas, you can have it all paid for. There's electric bikes, there's cars. Top prizes are Mercedes again. And Harold would love to be giving away 5, 10, 15 of these cars there. And this is not like other companies that give you the rental price of the car. You get the car, you get the keys, it's your car. So loads of ways to earn. If you're motivated by money, you can earn as much as you like. If you're motivated by incentives and recognition, there's loads of that as well. Now there's free support, and this is really good. The global support desk is open 7 days a week. We have a support team in Germany, support team in Dubai as well. All right. You can get through to Karatbars on WhatsApp, Skype, email, Viber, and telephone through to us. There's online sales training. You've got offline sales training. Weekly newsletters sent out by the company and by different leaders. 3-way calls with leaders. If you're not comfortable talking to people about this, and they've watched the video and they've got questions, you just pass them on to your team leader. And most importantly, we try and give people mentoring, motivation, coaching, and skills development as well. Karatbars is very, very easy. But if you're building the business and you're self-employed, you might be in a big room like this and you've got nobody else to talk to, so that motivation and coaching is really important. And it's available and free to everyone in the organization. And the important thing is, this is for as long as it takes. With Karatbars, every single customer you register, every single business partner has a free account for life. So even if it's a no from them today and they're not interested today, they might be interested next week or the week after. I have customers buying today who registered 3 years ago. I have people becoming business partners today because they retired today, but when they registered with me in 2013, they were still 3 years away from retiring. Now they've retired, they've decided now's the time. So the important thing is getting as many customers and business partners registered as you can. So that's really it, guys, for this little presentation. If you want to get started earning today, all you have to do is get back to your sponsor. All right, this is really, really, really simple. Get back to the person who told you about this presentation, complete those 5 steps. Don't do step 1 and then step 3 and then step 5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't question them, just get through them and do them. Invite everyone you know to watch this presentation next week. If they can't make the time, it's available at thismightbeofinterest.com. That's the recorded version. All right. Invite everyone you know. When I say everyone, I mean anyone who's over 18. If they have a pulse and they've got over £5 or €5 in the bank, then they need to watch this presentation, because they do have currency, and we need to tell them that they can turn that currency into gold. So that's everybody. That's millions of people we have to talk to. I worked it out in the United States, 240 million people over the age of 80. All right, there's 50 million people in the British Isles over the age of 18. That's a lot of people to get onto next week's presentation. All right, help them register and complete the 5 steps. If they need help registering, just show them how to register, show them how to do the 5 steps, and then they can repeat. This is so easy. It's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat until we help millions of people start saving in gold. 99% of the people you talk to in the street today do not have any gold, and they don't know gold is money. Our job is basically just to educate them. You'll be paid next Friday for any sales that you get this week. All right. Gold sales are paid on the 1st of every month, but other bonuses and direct commissions are paid every Friday. And you can start to build a passive residual income. Just try and get yourself into the mindset. How would you like it in 12 months' time or 2 years' time to be earning 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or whatever? And people in Karatbars are earning tens of thousands of euros a month. It's entirely up to you. There's no limit on this apart from what you set yourself. How would you like that coming to your bank account every Friday? So if you decided you want to go and spend time with a sick relative, you can do that. If you want to spend time with family, you can do that. If you want to go and play golf, you can do that. Remember, there's no fees, there's no subscriptions, there's no targets in Karatbars. You just build your business and you get paid on those sales every week. So that's it. Go and get started. I can't tell you any more than that. It will take you 10 minutes to do the 5 steps. Get those 5 steps done. Get in touch with your sponsor. If your sponsor can't help you with something, they'll upscale it to the next available upline, next director, and someone will talk to you as well. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for that. If you've got any questions now, just throw them into the little chat box there, and I can answer those for you. Hi, Tarek. How are you? Hi, Dennis. Hi, Dawn. Great. Good people. Good, clear presentation. Fantastic. Hi, Steve. Edward, where can we find a PDF or video on the new gold savings bonus? That's going to be in the website in the next couple of days, Edward. We're just waiting for it, okay? I was talking about that earlier. For business partners going forward, the more customers you have saving in your organization, then you get free gold. It starts off at 1 gram of gold. You'll get every month right up to 13 grams of gold. So you can earn an extra 13 grams of gold every single month just by building up your customer savings numbers. We really want to focus the business on gold savings. That's what it's all about. Yes, we need business partners because we're opening new countries all the time. So yes, we need business partners. But the main focus is we need to get everyone on their savings accounts. We need to help people start saving for their futures as well. That's very nice. All right, how's Puerto Rico? That's great. Nice compliment there. Hi, Bernd. Hi, Trevor. I'll see you tomorrow, Trevor. Efren, that's great. Great crowd of people on tonight. We've had loads and loads of good people on tonight. That's good. All right, guys, if that's it, then I'll see you all next Monday night. Honestly, go get into your phone, every single person you know on your telephone, every single person on your email contacts, and just tell them, look, whatever you're doing next Tuesday, next Monday night, 8:30 p.m. UK time. That's 3:30 EST. Eastern, that's just 3:30. I'm going to be here next week. I'll explain Karatbars. I'll tell people how they can get started. Let's just help as many people as we can get started. Stephen, is there a subscription model where I can pay money month? Yes, there is a subscription model. Yes, just whenever you go to the back office, go to product purchase, and there you'll see auto and special exchange. Now, if you want to set up you can do it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And this is really important. You can do it weekly, monthly, or bi-monthly. You can choose to save a fixed amount, so let's say 50 euros or 60 euros or 70 euros or 1,000 euros, or you can choose to save a 1 gram card or a 2.5 or a 5 gram card. So what some people will do is they'll set up the auto save to save 1 5 gram card on this day every month. That amount of money then will be taken off your credit or debit card, or you can pay by Bitcoin, or credit card or debit card for the auto exchange, and that'll be taken off your card on this date every month. If you decide that you want to cancel it, you can, all right, anytime at all. There's no commitment. If you start off saving 2.5 grams a month, this is what happens. You're doing this for 2 months and you decide to change to 5. All you do is set up a new one for 5 and the old one is cancelled. You can only have one auto exchange running at a time. All right, so again, with Karatbars, everything's relaxed. We want people to save whenever they can save. We're not like an MLM company forcing people to do something they don't want to do. We want people to feel relaxed. If you can save 1 gram every 6 months, go in and do it manually. If you think, right, I earn £1,000 a month, I want to save 100 every month on gold, go in and set it up now. It'll be taken off your card every month or every week. Okay? So that's how that works, Stephen. Really, really simple, really relaxed. And then your gold stored in Germany automatically for as long as you like, or you can choose to have it delivered at any time. If you choose to have over 100 grams delivered, then delivery charge is waived, it's free. All right. Okay, then if that's it, guys, I will see you all next Monday night. And if you talk to someone and they really can't make next Monday night at 8:30, then this might be of interest.com. This presentation will be on there from tomorrow morning. The recording will be uploaded onto that website. So no bother, Stephen. Nice talking to everybody, and I'd see you all again next week. Thanks very much.